Hello and welcome back everyone. This is Sir Amir Khan from Physics Real, and in this video we will discuss about drift velocity, mobility, relation between drift velocity and current, relation between J sigma and I, and factors on which resistivity depends. So let us start from drift velocity. Drift velocity is originally the velocity with which the free electrons of a conductor are drifted in a direction opposite to the applied electric field. We know that when we apply electric field, the electrons always move in the opposite direction. So the average velocity with which these electrons are moving, this is called drift velocity. For example, if I have a conductor here and electrons are in it, electric field is applied in this direction, electron will start moving in this direction. The average velocity of these electrons is called drift velocity. It can be defined as the average velocity of free electrons with which they are drifted in a direction opposite to the applied electric field. So now if again let me have this diagram, I have a conductor here, electric field is applied in this direction, electrons are moving in this direction with some velocity, let the velocity be drift velocity, and the length of conductor be L. Then the force experienced by electrons will be F equals to minus E into E, where minus E is the charge of electron, and the acceleration produced in them will be equal to, acceleration is equal to F, vector here, upon M, or minus E vector upon M. Let it to be equation number 1. Now if I consider Vd to be drift velocity, then from first equation of motion we can have, we know that first equation is V is equal to U plus AT. So we will have Vd is equal to U is 0 here, initially it was having no velocity, plus A acceleration into time here is tau, where tau is relaxation time, and relaxation time is the time interval between two collisions. Electron is moving, suppose there are many electrons, let me have a diagram like this, many electrons, one electron moves, strikes another, and then again starts to move, then again it strikes and then it stops. The time interval between these two collisions is called relaxation time. Okay. Now we can have Vd vector here, vector. Vd equals to acceleration into tau, and acceleration, as we remember from earlier, was minus E vector upon M into tau. Now this is the vector form of drift velocity, or we can have the mod of this velocity equals to the drift velocity, which is equal to E tau by M. Okay. So this is the formula for drift velocity. I think it is very simple. Next up we have mobility. Mobility is basically the ratio of drift velocity to the applied electric field. Ratio of drift velocity to the applied electric field is mobility. So we can say that mobility, which is given by mu, is equal to Vd by E, which is equal to E tau upon M into E cancels out, and mobility becomes E tau by m. This is the formula for mobility, or you can define mobility as also as drift velocity per unit applied electric field. This is also the definition for drift velocity. So next up we have relation between drift velocity and current. Relation between drift velocity and current. And to start this, we will begin from considering that we have a conductor of length L having electrons in it, having n electrons per unit volume, and the drift moving with velocity which is equal to drift velocity. Then the total number of electrons can be given by n into volume of that conductor. Let capital A be the area, cross sectional area, or we can say it equals to n into area into length, and the total charge which is given by Q is given by NaL into charge of electron. Correct? Now we basically know that velocity is equal to distance upon time. So drift velocity is the length of the conductor upon time, or we can have time interval is equal to L upon Vd. Now also we know that current is equal to charge upon time, so it becomes NaL into E upon time, which becomes upon L upon Vd. Here Vd will go up, NaLe into Vd upon L, L cancels out, and I am left with I is equal to NeA Vd, which is our required equation. Now we can change this equation by putting A at this side, NeVd, and I by A becomes J, J is equal to NeVd. So we have dealt with relation between drift velocity and current. Next up we have change. So next up we have relation between resistance and relaxation time. Relaxation time basically. So we can start this one from our equation Vd is equal to E tau by m. Also we know that E is equal to V by L from the previous chapter. Potential upon length is electric field intensity. So therefore I can say that Vd becomes EV tau by ml. Now from the previous equation I is equal to NEA Vd. If I put the value of Vd, I becomes NEA into EV tau upon ml. Leaving this V here and transferring this I downward here and everything else this side. So what we get, V upon I is equal to ml upon n E square A tau, and we know that V upon I is R, so resistance becomes ml upon n E square A tau. From this equation I can say that the resistance is inversely proportional to the number of electrons, and it is inversely proportional to the relaxation time, as well as it is directly proportional to the length and inversely proportional to the cross sectional area. Next let us see factors on which resistivity depends. Now resistivity, until now we knew that was constant, but let us see on which factors it depends. So from the previous equation, if it comes for 2 Mars or 3 Mars, you have to start from this point, okay, from Vd, and then R is equal to this, and then move forward. But because we have built it earlier, so we will directly start from ml upon ne square a tau. Also R is equal to rho L by A. We get rho L by A equals to ml upon ne square a tau. L cancels out and A cancels out. So rho becomes m upon ne square tau. As per this equation, we can say that mass is constant, charge of electron is constant, so resistivity is inversely proportional to the number of electrons, and it is inversely proportional to the relaxation time only. Okay. Next up, we have a very important topic, a relation between current density, electric field intensity, and conductivity, relation between J sigma and E, or J E and sigma. So for this, we start from I is equal to NEA Vd and put Vd is equal to E tau by m. So therefore we get I is equal to NEA into E tau by m. Now just see that we have got E now. One thing, we need J and sigma. For J, I can put this A down and I by A will become J. So I get I by A becomes equal to NE square tau E by m. I by A becomes J. J is equal to NE square tau by m into E. Now if you remember from the previous topic, rho was equal to m upon ne square tau, and 1 upon rho, which is equal to sigma, can be written as ne square tau by m, which is just right here. So I can say therefore J is equal to sigma into E, which is our required equation. So this will be all for today. In the next video, we will start from color coding.